think it should be up now. I just need to upgrade. Next. Oh, wait a minute, I need to sign in from an account, right? Okay, wait a minute, I'll just sign out from that. Just sign in from my main, I guess, right? So it should be like, why not? Password. I don't even need to do all that, but I'll just do it for the sake of doing it, man. Two-step verification. The fuck, man, I hate two-step verification. It says me. Something I sign in. No, not now. The YouTube chat should be up. Your recovery email. Save, man. Cancel that shit. I type something from there now. It should be in my chat here. I'm pretty sure. Is it live? Bro, what? Oh, is it live? Hello? I type something from there now. It should be in my chat here. I'm pretty sure. Yep. That's live. I hate my voice too. But it's the chat is not coming up, right? I type something from there. Oh, it is coming up. I did not know that. Type something from here. Yeah, that's good enough actually. I do not want the lead code because it shows my screen right, so because I just did this one problem. This one was like a pretty easy problem. I watched it like somebody else uh doing it. I did it after that. So for like right now I think my main goal would be to for today let's see what can I do. Roadmap. Do I do from the roadmap or do I do it from practice? Okay, I want to do like a way more arrays question for sure, but I want to also do be like doing 2 pointer questions as well, or like a sliding window question as well. Actually, let's just go to the roadmap and so I've done these, right? So I'm not done programming. Actually, I've done all of these before, but the problem thing is longest consecutive sequence. Okay, let's do the hardest one here. If I do the hardest one, surely I'm qualified enough type shit, right? So, given unsorted arrays of integer nums, return the length of the longest consecutive element sequence. You must write an algorithm that runs in O of n time. Input is 100, 4, 200. Output is 4. Why? The longest consecutive element sequence is 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And since they said I can't, you must write an algorithm that runs in O of n time, that means I cannot use a double loop or I cannot use a sorting algorithm. That's what I'm hearing from that, right? So, is there any constants to the thing? Like 0, okay, so there could be similar numbers. So it's like here it would be 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep. So that would be 9 as the output. Okay, I see that. So there can be duplicate numbers, but fuck, man. I actually do not like see an answer immediately. Usually for easy question, I can see an answer immediately for arrays, hash maps, and sets. Here I do not see an answer immediately. Okay, so should I just start coding it up with like a brute solution? But there's no point, right? Like if I know I can code up the brute first, so why don't I just think about like what I can do in this question? It's not going to waste my time as well at the same time. So I've done this question before, so it's not like it's the first time seeing this question. So where's 104, 200, 132? The length of the longest consecutive element sequence. Okay, so of course I will need to maintain some sort of a longest counters. I'll just start it with 0 and unsorted array of integers nums. The length of the longest consecutive element sequence. nums. Okay, I think I could solve like it with a brute force, at least like the test cases. At least actually okay, I'll just like do it with the brute force. So for num and nums, wait a minute. Okay, so I think I need to just do like a normal loop for I in range lim of nums. Fine. If no for actually wait a minute, what was I even thinking? It's not simple with like a loop as well because you need to continue saying if the list has the next element, right? You need to see if the list has the next element. Okay, wait a minute, I think I can do that with that. So range len of nums. So let's say we have cur num equals nums I next num if nums of j. So since that will be starting from 0, we don't need to start this one from 0 as well, so that it does not take the same element, right? No, for I in range, I think we can do it with j I comma len, pretty sure, right? No, not I plus 1 comma len probably, right? No, actually that's not true. Let's just start with the 0, fuck it. If nums of j minus nums of j minus nums of I equals to 0 or 1, no, equals to minus 1 or 1, continue. Basically we'll increase our longest count, cur count. I care. We'll increase the cur count here plus equals 1. So if we are doing that, what happens in the else statement? Else statement, I guess continue. But what if you like do not happen to find cur count at 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0? I'm not sure. Like, what if like the cur count never becomes 0 here? Yeah, it is. The cur count is not becoming 0 here. There's no reason for me to put this statement. But no. Why am I even if I'm doing a brute sort? Like if I'm doing like a brute method, why don't I just do like a sort? Okay, like I'm doing a brute force, right? So there's no need for me to like put my mind in a double loop and look for all the edge cases and shit like that. I mean, but because it's gonna help me like in the next session. But like, fuck it, I'll just like do this for now. Nums equals to sorted nums for num in nums. No, for I in range len of nums. If nums of I minus nums of I plus 1 equals to 1, cur count plus 1 char count equals to 0 if no else basically. So else char count plus equals to 1. Probably that should work, but if char count is plus equals to 1, what else do we need to change here? Okay, in the else thing we'll first put char count equals to 0. 0, he said 0. Char count equals to 0 and then we'll break or we'll continue, I guess. Yep, for the next I. And we'll also need to check for the longest count. So we'll basically choose the longest count here as max of char count longest count. So longest count will be updated here. Char count goes back to 0, continues, and for the next I it chooses, right? It just keeps on seeing. Okay, actually I think I need to do this other way because it will be in the ascending order, dummies. Or I could just say change the end at -1, but I'm just rather sorry to do this. Okay. Current count plus equals to 1 current count. Okay, I think it should be working to a degree. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm not saying it will work, but I think it will work. Return longest count. That does that. I mean, of course, it's gonna like be more than like the time complexity that we need to do it in, but there's already O of n, and I'm not sure what is the Tim sort complexity. What is Python's default sort? What is it called? What is it called? Wait a minute, I'm getting a call. Oh, people be calling for donations now. That is crazy. What is Python's default sort name? I think it's called Tim sort. Yep, it's a Tim sort complexity. Here is an average case and worst case time complexity of O of n log n. This makes it an efficient algorithm for solving large errors since it also has a space complexity of O of n. Okay, you do it in O of n. Wait a minute. So if we, I think I should be able to pass the test cases at least, right? This will get sorted. Okay, I need to also handle like duplicate cases, right? So if nums of I double equals to nums of I plus 1, just continue, right? I think I should fix the duplicate case, and then what else do I need to look for? There's car count, like there's longest count. Yeah, I think it shouldn't, until unless there's like some crazy mistake that I've made in the fucking. Cannot unpack non-iterable int object. Car count comma longest count equals to 0. Okay, 0 comma 0. My bad, brother. Index out of range. If nums of I equals to nums of I plus 1. Okay, so for the last length it will be checking that, right? Okay, so actually we need to run it up till the second last point because we're checking it with the wall. Okay, but now here I need to increase that again, right? Okay, this is gonna be like a bit weird. So instead of that, I'll just run it to that and nums of I double equals to nums of I plus one. Continue, right? Plus and I just need to put in an and here which says nums of I. Wait, why do I even need to check for duplicates? Am I retarded? No, so that it does not reset the count, right? Because it will reset the count if it's a duplicate, and we don't want that. So uh, nums of I and nums of I not equals to len of nums minus one. The fuck? Okay, and I want to do the normal and I don't know why there was double and in that shit. What is wrong? Nums of I w nums of I plus one and okay. Do I need to do it like this? I'm not sure. What is happening, man? I think I'm doing and correctly. Why the fuck is it not working? And if I not equals to len of nums minus one. At like len of nums, so it does not iterate for len of nums, right? So I'm just checking if it is at the same time not at the last element. What's the problem here? Index out of range? Why is index out of range, bro? You're you're dumb, bro. Like it's not out of range. I know that because I'm checking for and, brother. Why is the index fucking out of range, bro? It's not the line just lost for the resolution. It's out of range for some reason. I'm not understand that. Nums equals to sorted nums. That's just normal. Carlon, long song. If nums of I none, then equals to I plus one. And nums of I. Okay, I'll just like run this fucking command to ChatGPT. How is this wrong? Should it not be done correct completely, bro? There's an issue with your connection due to the indicator use of bitwise and operator and okay, so it's just normally you just type and out, which is crazy. This language is crazy for crazy people. Whoa, it's index out of range. Represents the last index of a zero based list. Ensure that your condition logically matches an example avoiding. Oh yeah, that's the fucking reason. For iron range, there's no number man. Avoid index out of bounds error. Should we do so it will fix that, but then it will not count it correctly here because longest count will not be counted type shit. Or I could just like increase it, right? I could, yeah, because it's not doing the last else thing that it needs to, right? Wait, I can just like pad the list with a zero at the end. Every single time I could just pad the list with a zero, but then it will be problematic for like the next thing, right? Also, why am I not looking at the logic? Why am I running away from the logic instead of like trying to do the fucking thing? Nums of I and nums of I plus 1 and nums of I not equal to len of nums minus 1. So from what I remember, the range does not include the last number, so you usually need to put 1 plus that. So I don't think I need to do this when I'm doing that, but at the same time, I'm not sure. What am I doing wrong here? So I could pad the list and then run the thing at least once. That like I could just do nums dot append, let's say a 0, right? And for that, afterwards, I don't need to do this, and I actually also don't need to do this. I think so. I think I also don't need to do this. I think so. I think should just run fine. What? Taisha? Index out of range, brother? Oh yeah, because I'm okay. I'll just do this instead of here, and it should be working fine. We just do not consider the last element of it. It's just a padding element, right? It should be working here though. It's giving out a 3 and accepted is a 4. 1 to 3. It's giving out an 8 and expect. Oh yeah, I could also do. I could also be like a sleaze ball and just return the +1. But it's gonna be wrong in some cases for sure. Like if I just do this, it's still gonna be wrong in like some cases for sure. Because here it would be correct maybe even. No, this count is not even plusing now. What the fuck? Okay, the case one is correct. The output is one. Oh, there's no way I'm like actually not able to solve at least even the cases. Like this is code. Like I'm not even doing it well enough right now. I don't know why am I doing all this shit when I can't. Okay, let's just think about it. This should be pretty easy to solve. So what is happening is like when I do this. Okay, I'll not be doing that shit. That's code. So what is happening is if I put in the AND condition here, so instead of running it to the last element, I'm running it to the second last element, right? And then it should give me like a where's an output 0 here? It was 8 and 9 before. What did I change? I don't think I've changed anything. Why would it be even 0 here? For iron range that expected is 9, right? Maybe I do need to add and then add here like here. But why would this still be 0? What is this even? Okay, this is the other question. Okay, I'll just put in this one here because I don't know why it is not even showing that. And nums of not even showing nums of one of nums -1. So it's not the last one, we're checking that. But it's not gonna be the last one anyways. So, okay, so let's say yeah, I think if this should work with an 8 and this should just give it like what? It should be an 8. It's not an 8 still. What is happening here? This should be like a 0 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 9 whatever, right? I'm not even updating the longest count damage there, right? How much time have I been just spending on this particular question, bro? Okay, I'm just like dumb right now. I don't know what to do in this position. There's like probably some code just kind of like a solution with a map or some sort of like a pointer kind of an or like a hash map. I don't think there will be a hash map. Oh, yeah, wait a minute. Using a hash map, we first of all don't need to care about the duplicates at all at this point. At the same time, since we're looking for like the longest consecutive, right? If you just have a hash map, I would care for the duplicates, not a hash map, a hash set. I will care for the duplicates, and then we could search it in linear time. Okay, yeah. Fuck all this. Okay, I'll just save this code somewhere at least so that like I'm not going on a complete tangent. That's also not correct. So I'll just save it here. But I think I just gotta. Why did I not think of that at the start? I'm not sure. Set e equals to. Okay, and then I just need to populate the set. So for n in nums, if set if n in set a continue, else set a dot add n, right? I think that should at least populate the set now. I'll just make sure my syntax is not wrong. Adding a set. So hash set equals to, oh, I'm creating a map here. Am I retarded? Set a is a set, and then for n in nums, hash set dot add whenever it is near, so like in hash set. So if 2 in hash set, so if n in hash set a is continue, so if there's a duplicate, just continue, else just add the new element in that. So now we have a set with all the individual values, right? Just I think then we just need to like do another for loop. So for I in range, let's say len of set a. All right. So for that range, if mm, okay, so let's say we have a target at this point. So target equals to, so our target is like just like the next element, right? So the next element would, so target equals to num of I minus 1, and target 2 equals to num of I plus 1. If num of I, no, if target in set A or target 2 in set A count plus equals to 1, else longest count equals to max of count comma longest count equals to 0, so if target in set A or target 2 in set A count plus equals to 1, else longest count equals to max of count comma longest count, right? Then we just need to return longest count at the end, but I think there's something else that I'm missing right now. So I'm pretty sure populating is doing well here, so I'm populating the set well enough, but I think here the logic is again similar to this, right? So logic is kind of similar to this, where I'm instead of like hit text wrapping, bro. So from here, what happening here is that, like, instead of like sorting the array, we just have a hash set, and then afterwards we are maintaining a count and the longest count. And so for I in range, if we don't need to look for this because duplicates are already handled, so this is not going to cause any problems. If nums of I plus 1 minus nums of I double equals to 1, car count plus equals to 1. Okay, so I think in this one the problem, but it was already sorted, so it should not be a problem because it's always increasing, right? So it was there it here, but here we are just like looking for two targets. It's either a consecutive bigger or a consecutive smaller number than num of I. First of all, I'm not writing nums here correctly, so that's one. If target in set A or target 2 in set A count plus equals to 1, else longest count equals to max of count comma longest count. So whenever that stops, and let's say like we run it for like the entirety of one, because we are not comparing indexes now, right? Let's say we are targeting some nums of I. Why do I have nums of I? Why are we comparing it to nums of I? We should be comparing it of set of A, right? The current element in set of A. Oh, maybe I should run. Oh, I'm running the loop wrong. Why am I running the loop wrong for len of set of A? I should run the loop for len of nums for sure. So for I in range, I don't think I need to even do that. So like for n in nums should be working fine here as well. So for n in nums, I think it should be working fine. For each individual element, it checks if there is a element bigger than that. But how do we switch to the next element on the basis of that? How do we switch to the next element on the basis of that just alone? We were only looking for target in set A. We could start with the first element of nums of I and then keep switching on the basis of what the target is that we are finding. But I think, yeah, okay, maintaining a set is alright. So we need to work with the list and the set both. So set we are only using to check whether there is a number that is bigger than that. But at the same time, we need to also be looking for the nums to check for like, but like the count will keep on increasing when there are duplicate numbers in num. So maybe I need to make a list of all these just. So can how to make a num list out of set? How do we do that? So set is that usually this is set one. So hash set dot remove set hash set equals to that. Can we make a list out of a set? Pretty sure we can, but the question is now we can or not. Can we make a list out of a set? Again, I need to open programmers for this. I don't even know. I don't want to like search everything on ChatGPT as well. I don't want to like search for like if we can. I'll just like instead have like a set A, which will be like a. I'll just like have a populated set A with individual values that are not duplicated, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then if I just do list A, which should be equals to list of set A, will it work? Return. No, I don't need to do a return. I just need to do a print here. Print list A. This even work. Would like listing a set work? Oh, it works. Wow, that's perfect. That's perfect for me. I thought I would need to do some goofy shit for that. Uh, new list. New nums. No, I'll just call it list A actually. Let's not make it too complicated. Equals to list of nums. List of set A. Right? So for I in range, then of new nums. So it should be then of list. So for n for LE in list A, that should be fine. Target equals to LE minus 1 and target 2 equals to LE plus 1. If target in set A or target 2 in set A count plus equals to 1. Else, but at the same time this will not be sorted, so I would still need to sort this count list as well. Holy fuck, that's gonna be hard, bro. And then I don't even need a set. I could have just done this all in a list. Why am I even using a set then? What? That's crazy. Okay, I'm like so dumb. It's crazy. It's kind of actually embarrassing how dumb I am, but yeah. So do I sort it now? Do I sort the list A? List A equals to sorted list A. I don't need the set then though. Okay, wait a minute. If target insert A or target to insert A, I could make like individual if statements for them and like put the next. And I could also be like, bro, but I'm making the code too complicated. So what I'm thinking is like, for each target insert A and target to insert A, if I make like individual loops and just change like switch LE with like the target, I could continue doing for it for that particular target. Bro, but that would look like a tree structure at that point. I mean, of course, it's not an actual tree, but it would look like I'm going through the list in such a weird manner. Then I would keep deleting the element that we have visited to. Holy fuck, I'm such a dumb dude, bro. I'm such a dumb dude. Like, it's actually embarrassing. Okay, I did this question like 25 years ago, so let's see how I did this. Oh, I have not done it in Python. I've done it in Java though. Can I open this shit up? Brother, brother. I'm not saving that shit. What? I did create a set. Num dot equals to 0, return 0. Okay, so this like if there's a num is empty. For int element in nums, hash set dot add element. Int count equals to 1. For int num in num, if not hash set dot contains nums, int m count equals to 1. Why? There's a for loop and then a nested while loop inside the for loop. While hash set dot contains nums plus 1, num plus plus. Wow, so I was kind of on the right path. Temp count plus plus. Count equal to math of max of candidate and if count is bigger than nums of like break. Why are we doing this one? I don't remember. Fuck. This one again I had a hash set here. It's kind of similar, else can oh yeah, it's a similar code. It's the wrong answer question. I'm also using a hash set here, so this one is my original long answer from Java. So I was doing a for and if else didn't account for null array. I did write a fucking tag as well. And then here I do this account for null array and it's also accepted, which is the crazy part. What the fuck? I accepted it without using, I'm using sorting here, but I was not able to do this exact thing right now for some reason. I was trying to do this code right. Okay, my code is just gone now. I just I think put it out. Oh no, it's here. It's still here. It's still here. Just save this shit for me. So I'm doing it correctly. So I'm going in the right direction where I need to use a set. Okay, okay. I think I'll just give up on this question. I cannot stay. No. So let me see how long I've been the same particular question. I think I've been on the same question for like 40 minutes now, bro. Okay, and I'm not getting an answer right this way. Okay, this was the hardest question in the fucking list for arrays, but okay, it was not that hard, right? I'll just like look at ChatGPT to tell me like what summation I'm gonna produce. Of course, it's not going to produce that now. Key issues in your code, counting configuration. Just being incorrectly. You're checking the target, but don't actually travel continuous. So yeah, that's the problem. I know that. Yeah, it's a similar code to my Java code with a for while loop inside a for loop. But it's not O of n time then. It's like just it's like a bad question, bad answer. So what is it? If not nums return 0. Yeah, we need to do that. Num set equals. We can just do that. There's a function like that. Set equals to set bracket list name. What the fuck? That's crazy. I could have just done that. I need to write that out in my notebook. Set equals set of list. Set equals set of list. Okay, that's an answer. Okay, fuck. So I'll actually just copy all this before this shit that I've been doing here. Yeah, I did convert for a O1 lookup. I don't need all that comment. Handle empty input. I don't need the comment there. I know what that is. If not nums, okay, so that means the first time around there. Okay, what else is happening after that I need to look in? So what they're doing is for num and num set, if num minus 1 not a num set, current num equals to num, current streak equals to 1. Yeah, current streak should be 1 still, if there is only one element, right? Okay, I understand that. If num not a num set, because then the after count that consider a number. But why is while nested inside of this if while current non nums plus 1 in num set? While current num plus 1 in num set. If num 1 plus 1. Okay, so we are looking for like if there is a smaller number than num, we'll keep. If no, if there is no smaller number than that particular num, then we'll start that. Otherwise, what happens? Okay, so we are basically sorting up till the point when we reach the smallest part of the list, and after that, we start the fucking sequence. But what if the longest sequence does not start with the smallest number? Type shit. What happens then, brother? What happens then, brother? Oh, I'm feeling sleepy now. Okay, I'll just look at neat code scored instead, bro. This shit is called. Hmm. Actually, yeah, I'll watch this video, bro. I think I could not solve it, so I deserve to watch the entire video now. I'll actually mute the output to the stream so that it's not a complete copyright infringement. So I'll mute my desktop audio and I'll also actually I'll unmute my desktop audio and I'll just put this fucking thing on another tab, right? Like if it's just the volume, it should not be that bad, right? Type shit. I mean, it's freely available on his channel, and I doubt anybody is looking for my video career. But why is WhatsApp opening on this thing, bro? What the fuck? You got new EX, bro. Wait a minute, I need to go and open up some Pokemon TCG right now. Bro, the fucking app does not update by itself. I need to update it by opening the app. So this is the answer. Okay, okay, okay. If I'm like looking at the entire solution, I don't think I should be able to solve this. Well, I haven't like looked at the solution, so I know what the solution is like now, right? But okay, so I'll just watch the video and then try to code it up myself. And if I cannot do that as well, then I'll just stop the code for this. Let's like, look up an easier question from arrays. Like a easier medium question I meant. Because right now we are doing a medium question first. And it's Pokemon TCG, so I'll just pause the video up till then.
LeetCode 128 longest consecutive sequence. This is a pretty interesting problem, and it's actually been asked by a lot of companies, including Google, for a coding interview, so I think it's a good problem to understand. So we're given an input array of numbers, right? In this case, we have 6 numbers, and we want to find the longest consecutive sequence. In this case, the longest consecutive sequence is 1, 2, 3, 4, right? It doesn't matter what order the numbers appear in the input array, we just want to know the longest consecutive sequence that we can make from the input array. Now, the most obvious way to solve this problem is just by sorting, right? So if you look at the sorted array over here, we have obviously one consecutive sequence of length 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. They're all consecutive numbers. We also have another one that's length 1, just 100. And we have the last one that's also length 1, just 200, right? Now, this is definitely a valid solution. We can definitely code this up, but the time complexity is going to be O n log n. So the question is, can we do better? So this is LeetCode hard. Obviously, the solution wouldn't be this simple, so we can do better. But how do we get there? Now, the first thing to do is try to visualize the problem in a way that it makes the problem really easy to understand. So I visualized the problem by drawing out an imaginary number line, right? So we can kind of see what the sequences actually look like. This makes it a lot easier to recognize the patterns. So we know we have one sequence that starts at 1, 2, 3, and 4. We have another sequence that comes after it with just one number, 100. We have the last sequence with also only one number, 200. So just by looking at it, we can tell we have 3 distinct sequences, right? That's something to recognize. Now, by visualizing it, we can kind of try to approach how would a human solve it? Well, the easiest way is just look at each of the sequences, right, and count how long they are. So let's look at the first sequence, right? We have 1, 2, 3, and 4. So this sequence has 4 numbers in it. We have the second sequence, just 100, so it only has one number in it. So it's a sequence of length 1. The last one is also a sequence of length 1. Now, this is so easy to solve when you visualize it and try to approach it how a human would, but can we actually convert this into code somehow? The answer is yes. So the most important thing to notice is that we have 3 sequences, but how can we identify what makes a sequence? How can we actually start at the beginning of a sequence? The thing to notice, and this is really easy when you actually look at the picture, that each sequence has a start value. The start value, in this case, the start value for the first range, or the first sequence, has no left neighbor. The first value 1 has no left neighbor, right? That's really obvious. Look at the second range, 100. It doesn't have a left neighbor. The third range, 200, doesn't have a left neighbor. So we can get the start of each sequence by just looking at our entire array of numbers, right? And figuring out which numbers don't have a left neighbor. So meaning if we wanted to check if 1 had a left neighbor, we would check, does our array contain the number 0? If we wanted to know if 100 had a left neighbor, we'd check, does the array contain 99? The easiest way to do this and the most efficient way to do it is by taking our initial array and converting it into a set. So now to find the start ranges, let's start iterating through our array. So we get to the first element, 100. Does it have a left neighbor? Well, we can check our set. It doesn't have 99 in it. So this is the first, so this is the start of a sequence. So let's get the length of the sequence. We start at